cross-sold before. If this is, you've been selling Medicare Advantage, MedSup, and Part D plans, and you want to expand your portfolio, you're not sure how, you don't want to sound too pushy, go ahead and hit that slide, Sadie. If you're unsure where to start, this is where to start, because dental is a very, very common add-on to insurance, especially in the group world. I think 88% of all group plans offer some sort of dental, either included with the policy or as additional coverage that the employee could tag on to their group plan. So most people understand it. Most dental plans work very, very similar. It's not like Medicare and group insurance are two very different animals. It's very, very similar from group insurance to the Medicare world. So it's a very safe space to talk about with clients and prospects, easy to understand. And we're going to expand more on that throughout today. But this is where you start if you are going from, okay, I need to expand my portfolio. Here you go.
For sure. Yes, it's very easy to market, like you said, very easy to understand, and we'll kind of dive into that throughout this.
Absolutely. And here's the thing about the scope of appointment forms. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Famous quote, and that's the feeling with scope of appointment forms. You have to remember, in any interaction we meet someone new, it's the first and last impressions that mean the most, because we're going to remember when we first meet them, and we'll probably remember departing. Everything else in the middle is kind of gray. You got your highs and lows, maybe some similarities, maybe some differences, but the beginning and the end are very memorable. So if you start out your appointment on a very down note, like, yeah, here's this form, you gotta sign it, and you're just kind of, wading through the mud, and it's just you dragging that client down, their excitement to be with you in there as well. They're gonna remember that you're setting the appointment off on the wrong note. If you make it as a, hey, you know what? Here's a form that Medicare requires us to fill out. You're not enrolling in anything, but Medicare feels it's important that we cover these 5 topics today, just so you know all your options. Bam, 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 bam. Just sign here real quick, and we'll be positive about it, and your clients will probably look forward to talking about it. If you make it sound like, no pun intended, actually every pun intended, that filling out the form is like pulling teeth. See what I did there? Yeah, jokes don't get any better, sorry. But if you make it feel like it's pulling teeth, or a very, very just lackluster experience, that could reflect on the whole appointment for the client and their memory of meeting you. So start out with a positive foot and make it something that, hey, this is a good thing I'm sharing with you. Yay. Yeah, you could throw CMS under the bus for having a form, but it's a government, they have forms for everything.
Well, and keep in mind, the form is there. It is a good thing. It is there to protect the client. So you don't want to make this form that is there to protect them sound like a horrible thing. And also, if it's protecting them, then it's also helping protect you as well. It's kind of keeping the integrity of that conversation there. And also, people like what they can expect. So if you're using that scope at the beginning of the appointment and they can see what you're going to be talking about, they know to expect it, their brain's already there, nothing catches them by surprise, and it makes that transition into the dental conversation so much easier.
Yeah, selling is not a very linear process, meaning it's not very step 1, step 2, step 3. There are those steps, but there is definitely a lot of overlapping, like closing. If you start talking about dental and hospital indemnity at the beginning of the appointment, at the end of the appointment, it's not a surprise anymore.
Exactly.
It's not where's this coming from? If you sprinkle that idea throughout the appointment, at the end when you present it, they almost expect it. And they're like, okay, yeah, I need dental insurance, or I want that hospital benefit you mentioned. So don't think that I have to wait to the end of the appointment to mention anything else. It's all throughout the appointment when you should be mentioning these benefits to your clients. So change your attitude about it. Make sure it's a positive experience for both you and your clients, because they're going to remember when they first met you and when you left. And if you're like, where can I get a scope, or where can I get some cool forms for AEP and beyond? Well, guess what? Senior Marketing Specialist, top left corner, smsteam.net is our website. If you are registered on the website, which is easy to do, just at the very top, hit register. If you already have an account, just log in and you have full access to the MA, PDP, AEP acronym toolkit, where there are much more acronyms in there for you to explore, and there's scope of appointment forms. There's marketing pieces you can customize to yourself, annual reviews, stay in that current plan you have. You need change plans. Hey, you need to stay on this plan, but hey, have you thought about dental? You need change plans. Oh, and by the way, there's dental. All these forms exist in there, including all our carrier resources. So it's like everything you need for AEP, on one screen.
Yes, it's designed to be that one-stop shop, something that you bookmark to your computer and you have handy all throughout AEP. And like we said, the whole point is that we have that generic scope of appointment in there, so that way you don't have to look around for that. You don't have to worry about where you save that, what folder. It's right there under your bookmark. It's one of the first tabs. Let me see, I wrote it down. It says SOA forms and CMS resources. So it's the second tab. You can't miss it. It's right there. So if you're not registered for our website, make sure that you get registered for our website and start bookmarking that toolkit.
Yeah, has anyone here visited that toolkit? Yeah, if you have, hit yes. I love it. I hate it. Here's a suggestion. We're always open to ideas, so let us know what you think about it.
For sure.
If you've been there. If you haven't, definitely check it out as soon as this is over. Don't go now. Don't log off now.
Don't
Go
log off.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait a minute. So here's the generic scope. Yours may look different depending on the carrier you're using or generic scope you're using, but it's clearly labeled in there: dental, vision, hearing products, hospital indemnity products. So all other forms of coverage, cancer, home health, final expense, long-term care, annuities, you cannot discuss those. You could mention them. You can't quote and or sell them at an appointment where you're working off the scope of appointment. At a secondary appointment, you could talk about it. If you're meeting with a client for the first time this year, maybe you met with them 6 months ago and meeting them again, and they're not changing Medicare Advantage plans or Part D plans, then you don't technically need a scope because you're not selling an MA or Part D plan. However, every other appointment, once you cross the scope bridge, you are limited to the 5 things on the scope, which includes dental, vision, hearing, and hospital indemnity. And a common question we get is, well, what if I'm just talking about Medicare supplements? Just a sidebar real quick, if you're only talking about Medicare supplements and not Part D, then you don't need a scope. But as soon as you cross that Part D bridge, you gotta pull up the scope, and then you're limited to the 5 things on there. One thing we see a lot of agents do is, here's a form, quickly sign it, and then the agent will do the check boxes. Yeah. So make sure, one, it's clearly states, that you want to check what you want to discuss with the licensed sales representative. That's the verbiage on the scope, which is right here.
Yes.
In bold on this form. It may be a little different than the form you have, but similar language. Let the client know what they're talking about, have them sign the boxes, because that's proper protocol with the scope of appointment.
And that's also exactly why this is an awesome sales tool. As it says right there, it's telling you, please check what you want to discuss with your agent. That's putting what you're going to talk about. So today we're talking about dental. That's putting dental right in front of them. That's saying, hey, the government suggests that maybe this is something we should be talking about. It just makes it that much easier to bring it up. And that's why the scope of appointment is such a great sales tool. It's so easy. It puts it right in front of them.
Yes. So you have to use the scope, make the best of it. Will the scope be, another question we get all the time, will the scope be a thing in 2, 3, 4 years from now? We don't know, but it doesn't matter for today's or this AEP because it's there. Mm-hmm. So don't plan on what you think may happen 2, 3 years from now. Work with what you have right now, and then as the course changes, you could change with it. It's gotten a lot better because it used to be, for those of you who have sold the past few years, it was you have to send it out 48 hours in advance, have them sign it, send it back, and then you could set the appointment or have the appointment with them, which was a nightmare. Yeah. Now it's much better. It's just at the beginning of the appointment. So maybe 2, 3, maybe even next year, the scope will be a thing of the past, but it isn't yet. So work with what you have, not the way you want it to be.
Nor are we saying that that's fact.
Right.
We're just, yeah.
Hypothetically, it's gotten less and less. It could go right back to worse. You never know. But we can only deal with what we have in front of us and what the rules state. So for Medicare supplements, should be part of every conversation because, as we know, Medicare has no dental coverage, period. The only time you get dental coverage is in the hospital. Well, I have yet to go to any hospital that says, hey, do you need your teeth cleaned? Come on over to St. Jude's Hospital. We'll clean your teeth for you. No, that's not how it works.
They only cover things that they deem medically necessary. So they're not going to cover dental, vision, and hearing. Now, sometimes in very extreme cases, if a rotten tooth is causing you to have a brain infection and it's killing you, they'll pull the tooth, but they're not going to do anything else. They're just paying for pulling the tooth. So no coverage whatsoever with original Medicare, which means there's no coverage whatsoever with Medicare supplements. And that's why with every single Medicare supplement client that you have, you need to be bringing up DVH.
Yes. And for Medicare Advantage, we've seen a lot of plans get very, very rich dental benefits. However, that doesn't mean every plan. A lot of plans, it's the norm now to have some sort of dental coverage with DVH or DVH, dental vision hearing benefits with an MA plan, which is great, but is that enough for your client? Or maybe it's only $1,000 and they need dentures. Well, dentures are gonna run $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, especially if they need oral surgery. So let your client know, hey, this, the plan has $1,000. If you need more, we'll have to tack on another policy. Or you may have a $3,000 benefit where it's, hey, you know what, you got $3,000. Do you want more? Don't assume $3,000 is enough for your client, because again, if they need oral surgery, Medicare does not cover oral surgery if they need teeth pulled or extractions or dentures, and then you're talking $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 worth of work.
Yeah.
So they want it all done at once. They could sack policies at that time.
And that's why the fact-finding process is so important during your appointments, is because you find out what's important to your clients. You might have, most clients might not say, you educate them, you tell them, hey, there is dental coverage with Medicare Advantage, but you might find out in that fact-finding process that dental care is very important to them. They might have a long history of really bad teeth that's caused a lot of health problems for,
That's me.
I was like,
we can high five that.
Good
It is a good point, and I'm a case study there.
But yes, and so you might find out that that's really important to your client. This is so you can say, hey, the Medicare Advantage that you're on does have a lot of really great dental benefits, but you might want to also, let's just explore this and see if this extra coverage is something that you want. So
do you know what the advantage is of not bringing up dental care to your clients?
What?
Neither do I. So bring it up. There is no disadvantage. I mean, the only disadvantage of not bringing up dental to your clients is that you get rejected.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want dental. Okay, well, they're not rejecting you. They're just saying, I don't want dental.
Yeah.
But again, most people, 88% of all group plans had some sort of dental coverage. Clients are used to it. If Betty from HR can sell dental all day long, so can you. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. So professionals offer solutions, amateurs take orders. Can you imagine if you were, and this happened to a friend of mine, they live in Overland Park, Kansas. I used to live in Kansas City, and their house flooded. So they had a sub basement that flooded to the rafters. I know because I went there to help them clean up. They called their insurance agent, and for all you P&C agents out there, it's coming, that homeowners insurance does not cover flooding unless it's a broken pipe. So if it's natural flooding from a bad storm, your homeowners goes, not us. They didn't know that. So they were mad at their insurance agent because they were never offered to their recollection of having flood insurance. So in that scenario, the insurance agent was evil. Now, if they went to their insurance agent and the insurance agent said, hey, we don't cover flood for natural events, here's how much it is to have that coverage, and the homeowner says, nope, we don't want that, now they assume the risk. So when it does flood, it's their fault. Same thing with dental. If I'm sitting in a dentist chair and they go, oh, we need to extract 2 teeth, we need cleaning, we're doing a cavity over here, it's going to be about $1,300. And they're like, I got Medicare. And they're like, yeah, still $1,300. And they're like, but my insurance agent never told me this wasn't covered because they assumed it was. Now you're the bad guy.
Yep.
But if you offered them dental and they're sitting in a dentist chair, they already know they're going to pay for that.
Yeah.
And then they're going, oh, I should have listened to Sadie, my insurance agent, because I would have had a $1,300 bill. Maybe only been $500 or $200 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you, as a professional, need to offer solutions even if they don't know they exist. And I heard a great podcast that said a great salesperson solves issues that the client never saw coming. And dental is one of those things.
Yep. It's your job to educate them. It's not your job to make them say yes or no. You can't make them say yes or no, but you can educate them in order for them. No is not necessarily a bad thing, which we talk about in other things. And I won't dive into that. I could go down a rabbit hole with that, but it is your job as an advisor. You don't want to just be an agent. You want to be an advisor and advise them on what you think might be best and advise them on what their options are. And that's all you can do.
Yes. And that's simple. And dental is such an easy one to do.
Yeah.
So here's how I did it with the scope of appointment. We're going to be discussing some Medicare options for you. And this is my verbiage. Again, you could take and use this or use whatever you want to use. Just so you know, Medicare has no dental coverage, so any trip to the dentist will be 100% out of pocket. However, we do have some dental options, which we will look at shortly. That's it.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll say, yeah, I definitely want to look at dental options because I've had dental insurance for 20 years on group. Just because I'm aging to Medicare doesn't mean my teeth automatically get better. No, I enjoy steak. I'd like to be able to chew it. So, or they say right then there, no, I'm carrying my dental insurance from my group employer, so I don't need dental. Great. Now I know just how to bring it up. Perfect case in point, my parents who retired, my father was able to carry his dental insurance from his past employer. So he's got dental coverage from his group plan. Great, you've got dental, awesome. Medicare has no coverage. If you ever lose it, let me know. There are other options. Conversation's over. I'm done. They know that they can come to me with dental insurance questions. That I established my professionalism. I wasn't pushy with it.
Yeah.
I didn't say, well, let me see your policy, see if it's junk or not. They're happy with it. If they were worried about it, they would ask me. I put that ball in their court.
Yeah, and I think that's what I liked about that is, hey, okay, that's great. If you ever lose it, let me know. You're letting them know that even if their circumstances change, we don't have to worry about right now. If it ever does, let me know. I think that's a really important point
High
too.
five.
Woo.
Yeah, and that's simple. So some verbiage like that, and let them know, hey, we'll look at that shortly. Now, I'm not going to cram it down your throat. We'll take a quick look, and this is what it's going to look like shortly. This is my favorite question ever, and this is the easiest way to cross-sell, in my opinion, dental insurance, which we already hinted at. When you had group coverage, what did it look like? This is a great way to establish not only dental insurance, but other lines of coverage. If they had an Aflac and cancer policy, okay, cancer is important to this person. I had dental insurance, great. Dental is important because they were paying extra for this coverage. So you can kind of see, even if they've been off group coverage for a couple of years, they probably remember what the group coverage looked like to some degree.
Right.
So I asked this of all my prospects, when you had group coverage, what did it look like? Because now you're going to tell me what's important to you, because you weren't really sold insurance, you were offered insurance from your group plan. It's not like they bring in a salesperson and hard sell somebody into a policy. It's Karen and HR going, here's your major medical, sign here. Do you want dental? Sign here. Do you want this cancer policy? Sign here. So they're making the decision, sometimes very uninformed, on what's important to them and signing in the dotted line.
Or sometimes it's on the computer.
Yeah.
So you don't even
sometimes
have anyone to
there.
explain it. It's literally just a question and you click yes or no, and that's all you have.
Yeah.
So
if they have a separate dental plan, great. I'll show you what's available to you now, and you can, tell me if you want it or not. So if you are putting the decision in their court, they're going to be like, I'm not feeling pressured, and that's a big problem with people. Why people don't like salespeople is I don't want to feel pressure in the decision. So if you can say, hey, this is your decision, I'm just putting it out there. Do you want this? Nope, great.
Yeah.
Next. They're going to feel like, oh, that was a good appointment. If you're high pressure and trying to talk them into dental, they're going to be like, ooh, I don't like this. And being you do that with dental, I don't want anything else from you either. So now you just lost a Med Sup or Med Advantage sale because you're too heavy on the dental offering.
Yeah.
But again, 88% of group plans offer dental. Medicare has no dental coverage. There's no underwriting. Do you want it or not? It doesn't matter if your teeth are rotting out of your head or if you have a smile that could give, what's her name, Julia Roberts? Is that the big teeth girl?
I don't know.
Okay. You give her a run for money, and it's easy to understand. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to understand right now. Here's an example brochure. I believe this is Manhattan Life. Thank you. I would say Medical Life. I knew that was wrong. Manhattan Life. Everything is spelled right there. If you've never offered dental before, after looking at this for 5 minutes, you could offer dental.
Yeah.
Look at that. Plan benefits at the top left corner, 18 to 85. Cool. Maximum benefit a year, 1,000, 1,500, or 3,000. Okay, depending on how much you want to spend. Dental coverage, your preventive services with your waiting periods, your preventive, basic, and major. So like major, after 3 years, you're 80%, right? No, cool. It has vision insurance and hearing insurance in there as well. So everything is explained right there, and the premium's right there as well. So if you're 65, you want a $3,000 benefit, it's $64.42 a month, and because it's all right there. So this is almost exactly how most group insurance dental coverage is laid out as well.
Yep.
May not have the exact same waiting periods, may have different premiums, may have different, different percentages of coverages, but it's the same concept.
Yeah.
So, oh, you want cleanings and an exam? Great. This is going to cover 60% of that up for the first year, and then after that 70%, and thereafter it's 80%. And
everything they need to know is
right
right there on that one page or 2 pages, whatever it is. So,
yeah.
Selling right off the brochure.
Yeah. You have glasses? Do you want coverage for glasses? Yeah, that includes it. Oh, you can't hear what I'm saying? You definitely need the hearing coverage then. Check that out. If you want to hear your grandkids scream at you again, there you go. So make sure you're doing that. Or you could have a jerk family like mine that would give the dog peanut butter, and my grandfather would be like, why is the dog barking? And the dog's just eating peanut butter because he thought it was barking. So you can do whatever you want with that. But point is, it's very easy to understand because I don't know what the hearing coverage was until I opened up the slide, and I know, oh, look, if you get a hearing aid year 2, they'll pay 70% of it. Look at that, up to whatever maximum amount, 1,000, 1,500, or 3,000. Now, other plans will have different structures, different premiums, but they're all pretty much laid out on a very easy to read brochure because this is meant to be consumer facing. So it's meant to be very easy to dissect and understand. Now, the number one question we get is, okay, so which one should I sell? You know, it's the one you're comfortable offering.
Yeah.
Yeah, whichever one you say, Grandma, this is the one you should have, that one gets offered to everybody. I'm not a believer, and you could go against me. I'm not a believer of having 3 different dental plans to choose from. It makes the more you bring to the table, the more confusion you can cause, and confused minds don't buy. Here's one of the top plans I found in my area that a lot of my clients appreciate. Here it is. And now you tell that to somebody, okay, you've done the homework. A lot of your clients like it. That's probably good enough for me too. So I'm gonna go ahead and just buy this one because I've never had a client go, well, I was looking online at various dental policies, said nobody ever.
Right.
They're just, what do you have? Because that's what they used to at HR. When they get their benefits from their employer, it's not here's 16 different dental plans. No, do you want dental? It's $9 a paycheck. Okay, yes, I'll take it.
Well, and to be honest, and obviously that all kind of depends on your area, but for the most part, most dental plans are all going to look the same company to company. There are going to be slight differences. And there might be some that you really do feel is best, but having like 3 or 4 different dental plans, they're not going to have big enough differences on them for that to really be worth your time anyway. So call our outreach team, hang out with our outreach team, talk to them. They'll help you figure out which one's best in your area and just have that one and roll with it.
Yeah, simple as that. So Medicare has no dental coverage. You have the option starting at about $38 a month. And as you can see, $65,000 to $74,000 of coverage is $38 a month. That is, $38 a month is what, $400+ a year, and you get $1,000 benefit. So you're getting twice the benefit of what you're paying in there. Do you have any dental policy with 100% or close to 100% coverage with no deductible? It depends where you live. I haven't memorized every dental policy in all 50 states. They can vary per state. So I pulled up Missouri for this one. Missouri or Montana, because there's an MT at the bottom. So I think it's Missouri or Montana because they're very close to each other in the guide. But point is, California's could look very different than New Jersey. So you can go to smsteam.net and look on, you could type, you could pull out each carrier and the state you operate in and take a look. So offhand, I don't know, but it's very easy to find out. Or we could do it for you. We're happy to do so. And again, you could add to Medicare Advantage Limited Dental. Here's a sample rider benefit where it's $43 a month for $1,000 in coverage. Now this is a little bit more beneficial. This is United Healthcare is from last year. I have a copy of this year's, but zero copay for fillings, preventive, blah, blah, blah. So you can say you have the option here or this one as well. So you can give them options here. This is where it's good to give them options because this one can be included with your policy because you're getting this specific policy over here, or you can have a freelance one over here as well. And this one will travel with you if you ever leave that plan. So just be mindful that some carriers are starting to roll out their own dental plans to accompany Medicare Supplement and or Medicare Advantage plans. Pay attention to those. But I think it's important to have the dental conversation, at least let them know you have no dental coverage going forward unless you elect somehow, some way, either included with the MA plan or in addition with a standalone policy. So the way I like to sell was good, better, best. If you go to any website that offers subscription or a package, there's always three options. There's the basic, the better, and then the gold standard. And numerous studies have found that when you do this, most people would take the middle road. They don't want the cheapest, they don't want the premium, they want the middle road. So the basic, I always offer Medicare supplement, Medicare's dental coverage, $150 a month after your $198 deductible, and that's it. You pay 100% out of pocket. Oh, you want dental? Great. You get $1,000 worth of dental care a year is what caps out at, and you're paying $190 a month roughly. And then if you want all the bells and whistles, you get medical coverage with dental for $1,500, and that's $230 a month. So offer a good, better, best. You'll find that most people will take the middle road. So now you just sold a dental policy. Is it a huge commission? No, but guess what? It creates that client with more policies that will stick with you longer. So it helps your retention rate. And if they were going to buy dental anyway, might as well be through you, because you don't want to invite another insurance agent in the home just on dental policy. So now you have two insurance agents.
Yeah.
And I guarantee that dental agent, if they sell MedSup and MedAdvantage, they're going to go after that client for the major medical side of it as well.
And if you're I mean, it isn't going to make you a millionaire by any means, but if you're tacking on a dental policy with all of your Medicare supplement clients, listen, like we talked about earlier on the Medicare Cafe, you're not making money during AEP or like literally getting the money in your bank account. That's money that you'll get after the first of the year. Having things like dental policies and other things like that, that's income during AEP. So, it's something. It's
a great door opener too. We always joke that this is a way to pay for your leads. So I have my philosophy on lead generation is just get me in front of the prospect. So I want to get in front of the prospect. If we're talking about dental, great, because no one's going to come up in a dental conversation. What insurance do you have? What's this going to be paired with? Is it a MedSup? Is it MedAdvantage? Is it group? I want to know what you have now to see how they're going to play nice in the sandbox. So this gets you in the conversation, gets you in the door, either whether it be over the phone or virtual or in person, and gets a conversation going. So, I am a huge fan of dropping dental mailers because they have typically high returns and it gets you in the door. So the better the return, I could always pivot the conversation as needed, not tricking them, but just guiding them through the process. And through the process, you can talk about major medical. But yeah, do what works for you. We're not here to tell you how to run your business. We just want to help you run it better. Help you advance. So this is what happens. Let's say I offer Sadie dental insurance. She's like, yes, let's do it. You fill out the app, click the payment, void a check, whatever it is, leave info. Nice and simple, right? Natural course of things. If they say, no, this is when you just say, okay, if something changes or you have questions, feel free to call me. You can add this coverage anytime, but you then start your waiting periods then. So if you wait a year, that's when your waiting periods start. And that's it. So just say you want to get no's. Sales is a game of no's. It's almost like baseball, where a great baseball player has what, a 300 batting average?
I don't know. I know nothing.
Why are you looking at
baseball.
Me? I know just enough about baseball to be dangerous. I'm not an avid watcher, but I know 300 is a good batting average. That means 70% of the time they're not getting on base, because at 30% of the time they'll hit the ball and either have a home run or some sort of hit where they get on base. That's great. Same in sales. Most people will say no, I'll pass. Great. They know the option's there. If they have their uncles, hairdressers, dog walkers, brother has a question about dental, ooh, my insurance agent offers dental, you should give them a call. Great door for referrals. Or if you have clients that have it, great, again, great for referrals. But now you know they won't be seeking it elsewhere because they know they could turn to you. So there's no downside of offering dental other than you hearing a no. And as long as you're equipped for that no, you're not disappointed. They just want dental, cool. We'll just keep going. Just, it's not a stop and block. It's part of the natural sales process. And if you're taking that away from the client, they're going to find someone who puts it in there, and then you're lost. That client is going to turn to another prospect for you because they're going to leave you.
Yes.
More than likely. So some field notes. Some stuff I found in the field. We hinted on this. What plan should you offer? Whichever plan you like. Some are more network-based, or they're PPO-based. Some are indemnity style, where you go to any dentist you want, and it's a reimbursement. It's up to you. I like the indemnity style because there's no network, but maybe you live in a very high populated area and you have a great network, then go that route. Again, whatever you would sell grandma or grandpa, this is what you're offering to all your clients and prospects.
Yes.
Quote high, and this goes for anything, dental or anything else. Because if you say you can have this coverage for, let's say, $50 a month, this is just a number I pulled. When you give them the exact premium, when you're doing the paperwork, excuse me, if it's $48.25, right? That's lower, then it's a better deal. Ooh, he said 50, but it's 48. I saved $2. That's awesome.
Yep.
But if you come around and say, oh, it's $52.50 a month, it's like, ooh, I was comfortable with 50, but now it's over 50. So is it worth the extra $2 a month? And it's only $2 a month, but you quoted higher.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, so I always pad a couple of dollars. It's going to be about $40 a month, maybe a little less. And then when I come out and say it's $38, I knew it was 38 in my head. It's okay, yeah. I was comfortable with 40, and now you said 38. I'm even more comfortable now.
Right.
So always quote a little higher, if you know, but don't shoot yourself in the foot. And don't forget, like Sadie said, commissions for AEP for your MA and Part D business are not paid out to January. All ancillary products follow their normal course of commission structure. So if you get paid next week on submission, guess what? You're getting that check for whatever you sold on a regular recurring basis.
Yes.
So there's some notes and ideas about dental. Yes, you should offer dental. Yes, it's easy to offer. I promise you the applications, even if you can fill out an MA or a Part D or a SUP application, you could fill out it. I mean, this is name, address, how you're gonna pay for it, what level of coverage you want. Here's your premium, sign here. And 80% of that is from the brochure.
Yeah.
Oh, here's your premium. Oh, you want $1,000? Great, here you go. Sign here. I need to see a voided check. Thank you. Have a nice day. Look forward to you chewing your food a little better. Now you go to Golden Corral and really tear it up.
Yeah.
So, Golden Corral, you know it's going to be a good restaurant when it's named after something that a horse eats out of. So, yes, that's how you know it's quality.
The golden version.
That's why it's for humans. See? So next steps. I would say if you're like, yes, I need to sell dental, and you should be saying that, or I need to review what dental I have, get contracted now, because you want to be ready to go in October, when AEP hits. You don't want to be going, oh, I should probably do that now. It's October 1st, and it takes 2-3 weeks to get contracted and get your writing number. So do it today. Give us a call, download the forms, take a look at them, talk to our outreach team. They'll be happy to talk to you. They're very low key, and just say, hey, I need dental, or I need a better dental plan. I want something different. How do I do that? We'll help you through the process. But do it today or tomorrow to make sure you're ready to go for AEP. Review the app and brochures. Oh, go ahead.
No, nothing.
Okay. Review the apps and brochures. Make sure you're comfortable with it. Again, I hadn't looked at a Manhattan application probably months and months, and I was able to look at it real quick and say, oh yeah, it's easy. Waiting period, benefit, premium, done. Practice your phrasing. For they say no, I don't want it, or have questions, you get typically very rudimentary answers, and then just start offering. It's on the scope. People want dental. People are used to having dental, and if you're like, I don't want to be like a burden cross-selling, just say, hey, what'd your group coverage look like? Simple as that, because it's a very, very non-salesy question.
Yes.
Most people are happy to talk about what they had. So it's a very easy and passive way to get them talking about insurance without sounding like a used car salesman. No offense to any used car salesman out there.
And again, lean on that scope of appointment. Be like, we have to bring it up. You know what I mean? Lean on that paper. Use it as a selling point, and it makes it even easier for you to bring it up. It brings it up for you.
Yeah, and these are some of the sample brochures that are customizable in the AEP toolkit at smsteam.net. As you can see, there's one that says, hey, we have an annual health policy review, and hey, we have dental coverage now. Check it out. That's the purple one. And then the green one says, hey, you can continue on your current plan, no problem. Oh, by the way, there's a hospital benefit and a dental benefit that may interest you. So you can download these or PDFs, but as you can see in the purple one, there's little text boxes. You could change that information in there. So you could personalize it for yourself and start sending that out. And I would say send out some letters now, and then you can start calling, you can email, you can text, whatever communication that clients prefer. But don't just send a letter and think that's it. It's, everyone else in the field turn their marketing machine up to 11, and they're going to hit the market hard 10-1, you get a jump on them now.
Yes.
Any questions, comments, concerns, threats, promises, throw them in the question area. Again, it's smsteam.net is where you can download all the forms. You do have to have an active account on there. Pretty easy to do, just register.
Yeah.
It's, just like every other website. It's your name, email, click here, they'll approve you, and then you can download the guide. You can download the applications, you can download the brochures, any underwriting guidelines, anything that the carrier has that they would give you will be on there available to download.
Yes.
So check that out. But yeah, huge fan of selling dental. Yeah, the commission's horrible. It's it's an inexpensive policy. You're not going to make that much, but great door opener, great retention tool, a great referral tool. No downside in offering dental.
Yes.
Unless you have one, let me know.
Yes. Some commission's better than no commission. So it's something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're in the house anyway, and if you're in the house and they're like, yeah, I'm interested in dental, like, I don't want to bring it up. It's only $20 of commission or $50 or $100. It's like, forget it. No, if you found $20 on the ground, would you pick it up? Of course you would, right? I would.
Sure.
I pick up pennies, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and like he said, it's also strategic as far as like just your retention plan goes. It's not going to make you a millionaire, but it is there for you to be able to retain your clients, for them to be stuck to you, as some people creating sticky clients. The more policies that they have with you, the more stuck they are to you. And
Yes.
dental is just one of those. It's just one other way that you can take care of your clients. So.
Yeah, great marketing tool. If you're doing mailers, it's a great mailer to have because they tend to have higher returns. So call whoever does your mailers. If you don't have one, give us a call. We have special deals with mail houses. And every time everyone I talked to said dental is typically the highest return one that they have on the market.
Well, it's not intimidating. It's not really a product that takes too much explanation. People understand that they need dental. People want dental, and you don't really have to go too far into why they would need that. It kind of explains itself. So it's a really awesome mailer for sure. That's one of the top mailer, if not our favorite mailer to sell.
Yeah,
so.
I would use that all day, every day. Even in AEP, I would drop dental.
Yep.
Because no one else is really talking about it. There's no dental commercials typically. There are some here and there, but the main commercials will be MA and Part D plans.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're talking about dental, it's a little different conversation. It's a great door opener and great referral tool. So definitely give us a call. In the post email, we'll have a little cheat sheet that comes out. So watch for that. It should come out again by tomorrow afternoon. If you don't get it, let us know. There's all our websites. There's our phone number. You can even do a live chat on there too. Like, hey, where do I find that dental brochure? They'll help guide you through the process online, or just drop us an email or give us a call, smoke signal, stop in.
That follow-up call that you get from our outreach team, they're the perfect people to talk to about it. So talk to them about what are the best dental plans in your area, and they'll help you figure that out. So.
Yeah, and again, back to the scope. If I saw that, like, you're supposed to have dental and you never do, that could leave them wondering. It's like, if you didn't tell me about dental, what else didn't you tell me about?
Well, yeah,
so
for sure.
It could actually create some bad vibes between you and your client. If they see there's something to talk about and you don't mention it, it's like, hey, what's behind the curtain? What's going on back there? I want to see everything. Yeah.
So hopefully you enjoyed today's webinar. Hopefully today kind of helped you realize how important the scope of appointment can be as far as you selling, how much easier it can make your life, and how not as much as a burden as some people might think it is. So please join us on Thursday. We're doing the same sort of theme, but with hospital indemnity. Pairs really great with Medicare Advantage. So great topic coming up here with AEP ahead of us. Olivia and I will be on that one. And so make sure to get registered for that on our events page if you have not already.
Yeah.